change my camera. Looks like it will, so that's good. Should be able to flip it. Fantastic. Oh, and I can go ultra wide. Even better. Okay. Well, this is a live stream from my phone using the gimbal, so we'll see how well I do keeping it steady over here. No microphone, so just my phone's mic. The dog's out here playing. But as you may have surmised from the title, we've moved. We got a new house, some new property, and in some ways it's a fantastic upgrade, and in some ways it is a crushing downgrade. And I want to kind of go over that some because this move is going to have a lot to do with the health and the future of the channel. As always, I'm going to wait for some people to come in. I didn't advertise this stream at all. I just hit go live on my phone to see what happens. So we'll see if anybody actually shows up. This could just be a really bad recording for you guys to look at later, or maybe not. So we'll see who does and does not get live notifications. And of course, as I'm on my phone, there won't be any live chat replays. Like if you type in chat, it won't read it out loud, but I can see it on my screen. So if you guys do hop in chat, I will be able to see it. I am going to see if I can link this stream. Can I link the stream? Share. Facebook. I think I've done it. So we'll see if anybody shows up real quick. Right now I'm still live. Looks like we're 2.5 minutes in. I don't think anybody's seen it yet, which is fine. I didn't expect sunlight's so bright. I didn't expect YouTube to send out notifications since it's been months since I've uploaded and months since I've streamed. Again, a lot of that's because of this move. So we'll see if doing some more streams and some more uploads once I get more set up in the house goes my way or not. But basically, moral of the story is nothing is set up right now. We started this move almost a month ago, but the biggest issue right now is that we just bought this house and we are also trying to sell our old house. The old house, however, is not ready for sale. We have done a ton of projects in that house. We've upgraded a ton of stuff, DIY, and a lot of those projects are unfinished. So now we have to somehow finish all those so the house is ready for sale, while also moving just an enormous amount of crap that I have hoarded over the past 6 years. Every car I've ever bought, every part I've ever bought, everything I've shoved in the garage, behind the garage, in the yard. I built 2 sheds, like 2 really crappy sheds in the backyard just to house all the extra crap I had overflowing. I filled up 2 trailers with crap and just threw tarps over them, and somehow we got to move all of that to the new house. I'm going to talk about the basics real quick of the new place. Number one, we are still in Lexington. So thankfully the move wasn't super far away. We are still in Lexington. It's only like 10 miles from the other house. That is 10 miles through traffic for most of the day. So it's not exactly a quick trip, but it's not super far. Big thing number 2, we have land now. This new property has more than 2 acres, which is fantastic. I'll flip the camera around for a second. I don't want to overly dox myself here, but if we pan around for a second, we got the house. Here's a few of the cars. They've made it here. This is all we have for a garage now, so it's a huge downgrade from the other garage, but we'll get more into that here in a second. I'll go look at the garage. But front yard, you can see it extends way out there, so it's a really long driveway. Just past that huge tree over there, like another 50 feet past that tree, that's the road, like the main road. So it's a really nice property. We got a ton of big trees. We got a lot of good space out here. It was definitely a good move for us so that we can expand and kind of grow into a space, because being stuck with all my cars in the city, getting reported every day for parking violations was getting really, really old. So now I'm hidden behind these trees. Legally, I'm still in Lexington, so I'm not allowed to park in the yard, but I'm doing it anyway because nobody can see through all the leaves. So there you go. There's almost all the cars are here. The S10, the red LX, the yellow LX, Michelle's Aqua Festiva, the RX-8, the Aqua S10's back there, and then flip back around to the garage. There's JDM Siva V2, there's the yellow B6T project car, and there's the Protege 5. The only thing missing right now really is the Maverick, because Michelle drives that to work every day. I also still have another Miata. There's Miata. There's Miata behind the Aqua Festiva. It's so small and slammed, though, you can't really see it unless I walk all the way over here. There it is. There's the Miata. So all the cars are now safe, far away from noisy, Karen-ass neighbors, far away from people complaining. We do have a neighbor on that side of the trees, but it's basically like a horse farm. They're pretty chill. They can't hear anything anyway because these trees, again, block out almost all the noise I make, which is not very much. I'm not a very loud person. My neighbors complain for no good reason. So this is really cool to be able to be out here. And the house is pretty big. It's definitely very old, built in, I think, 1910. Half the rooms don't even have electric lights. They still have kerosene lamps and candles. So the house is going to need a lot of renovation for us to make it up to like modern standards. But the important stuff's there. It's got brand new central AC and heat. It was recently re-insulated. It's got new windows. It's got all hardwood floors. They're not been redone, but it's got them. You know, it's got solid bones. It just needs a lot of power upgrades and stuff. But that leads me to the part that I'm sure most of you watching this channel are more interested in, and that's the cars in the garage situation, which is to say is severely lacking. So at the old house, we had a 24 by 48 garage. When we moved in, it was empty. It had no interior walls. It was exterior walls only, just exterior wood, like OSB walls. It had like 4 outlets and 6 fluorescent lights. That was it. Now, we've spent like the past 5 years upgrading that garage, making it into a shop that I can actually use to do projects and cool things and YouTube stuff. So we fully did all the walls. We ran all new electrical, 220-volt outlets, 120-volt outlets all over the place, all LED lighting. We insulated it, got a big 220-volt AC unit, a big 220-volt heater. It was a great space to record, to work in, as I'm sure you guys have seen on the videos. Now, that we're here, how long has the sound been out? Oh my, have I been doing this whole thing with the sound wrong because I flipped the camera around with my finger? Oh, sorry. Anyway, this is the garage space. I don't know how much of that actually went through just then since I hit the microphone button wrong, but this is the new garage. I was trying to say is it's full of this really weird, gross dust. Like the smell in here is awful. It's got like this old termite damaged wood and dirt smell, like old dirt. It's really hard to describe, but it suffocates me when I'm in here. It's almost unbearable. The garage is all falling apart. Like I was saying earlier, you can see daylight through the cracks of all cinder blocks from where it's been settling, especially on this side. They're huge. Like those are massive holes in the wall over there. And the floor is like a 2-inch little thing of asphalt. It's super uneven. They did not level at all. Like it used like a tripping hazard just walking through here. I definitely cannot roll my toolbox into here. So the garage space sucks. This is a massive downgrade compared to the other garage. This was the only light fixture in the whole building. I threw 2 stick lights on an extension cord in the ceiling just so I could see in here to clean up. But yeah, I really can't do anything with the space work-wise right now. Even if I like get the floor redone and try to seal the cracks up, it's still, I'm not able to get the smell out of here. It's really rough. So hopefully the mic's working now. So that's why the 2 project cars are sitting out here. Only they're kind of protected by the carport. I really need to get this more covered because the engine bay for the V2 is still in primer from our last streams where we did all the engine bay shaving work. But like I said earlier, the idea here is that we have a lot of space. So with this space, we should be able to build a shop. So my plan is to basically knock down this garage and build a nice big shop behind the garage into the backyard some. And I'll continue the backyard for a second. Again, I'm not gonna do like a whole home tour necessarily. I don't want to dox myself just yet, although if you order a package from the Festiva store, I'm sure my return address is on there. And I'm sure it's not too hard for people to see it. And Festiva people hanging out, I don't mind Festiva people coming over and hanging out, but you know, I try not to post my direct address. But so here's the backyard. It's a little fenced in spot for the dogs. And then just past that, you can see this row of trees. That's the back of my property line there. And down that corner is the back property line there. And if I shoot over here, that big tree over there past that edge, that's the other back of the property line. So here's the garage from the outside. So I want to knock that down, build a pad to work on, and then have a really big shop basically back in this corner of the yard. But we are still at least a year away from, or still probably 4 months from starting that, and definitely at least a year, if not 2, from getting that finished. So the next 2 years trying to work basically under the carport in the cold is gonna suck. But it's gonna be worth it to be able to upgrade and have the space. Maverick! Hang on, I get Maverick back in the yard. Echo stayed here, thankfully. Hey, Echo dog. That's Echo. She's a good girl. I feel like I hear Maverick rooting around the leaves, but I don't see him. Is he in the side yard? So here's the side of the house. The other side, the yard goes all the way down there. Those bushes are basically the property line. Maverick! Maverick, come here. There he comes. Over here, buddy. There he is, the big fuzzy boy. Look at that big fuzzy boy. Hey, no, hey, come on. Come on. Come in the fence. So I don't have to watch you guys as I go to the front yard. There we go. There's the dogs. The dogs and the sun. All right, so let me go to the front yard for a second. Talk about what we're doing temporarily for storage and stuff. So the garage is actually still not empty. The old garage at the old house, still working on emptying it. There's still so much crap to do, like I said. And I've not been able to unpack this house. So like we've been moving. Michelle and I we're living in the living room. The back rooms. Michelle wants to get the floors done, so we didn't want to unpack everything until we get that done. We can't spend time here unpacking until the other house is done. So many things have been put on pause. So right now, we bought a container. So I've got a 40-foot high cube container back here. That's basically anything that was on the shelves in the old garage is now in here. It's not been transferred to the shelves. The shelves are empty on one side and a bunch of full boxes on the other side because I really need to get the time to unload all onto the shelves and use that space. Almost half the stuff that was in the yard is now just thrown against these trees like a true redneck. Again, that's not gonna be the permanent solution, but we're just too busy to actually come out here and do stuff. If I come over here, I'll see if I can zoom in the stream. Oh, I can. Good deal. So that is an 18-foot trailer, and that is entirely full of engines. So I think I have 25 or 26 engines on that trailer that still have not been unloaded because I don't have anywhere to put them. So until I get some space cleared out in a container or something, those are just going to stay on the trailer with tarps on them so I get a chance to unload it. The container's already half full, and then that enclosed trailer over there, that still has all stuff from the house, still not unloaded yet. It's kind of a mess. And again, so there's all the cars parked in the front yard. Now that I can, I will, because nobody's out here telling me where I can and can't park since we're so far out from the road. We're still in Lexington, so like the interstate's like right over there. You can almost see cars driving on the interstate right where my finger is if you look really close. So we can actually, we're kind of in the country and we're kind of not. It's a really nice area. Just sucks to not have the garage space that I used to. But I will go inside for a second, talk to you guys. I mentioned we're living in the living room, and I made a post on Facebook the other day saying the Festiva store is at like 80% capacity or so, and a lot of stuff's been put on hold because of this move. And if we hop inside, I can kind of show you why. It's going to be a huge mess in here because, like I said, we're living in the living room. So like this is all stuff that needs to go into the house, but we don't have space for it right now, so it's chilling on the porch to at least keep it out of the rain. Go inside here. So this is the living room. So we have literally just our bed. We have one of the small couches. We've got a TV set up on the dressers, and then just stuff piled up so that we can refinish the floors later. Oh, hey kitty. This is Rango. You guys probably haven't seen him on the stream before because I don't stream in the house very often. Hey Rango. Rango is like 7 or 8 months old now. He's still just a little kitty. And there's Salem. Salem's my big kitty. She's a good girl. Hey, do that. Don't do that. She's grumpy. Okay, what's going on? Somebody said, what's going on? Just got here. I moved to a new house, and it's been a pain in the butt to get the stuff set up, and the garage sucks, but we're going to make it work. That's the moral of the story. So I'm going to go over here for a second. So that's the living room where we're living. Everything else is basically empty, besides the kitchen has some stuff in it. And this is the room I've made into the Festiva store. See if I can get there. There's ultra wide mode again. So same deal. It literally had 2 tiny candelabra bulbs. Those are the miniature bulbs for those who don't know. It had 2 mini bulbs in this fixture lighting this entire room. Every room in this house has 10-foot ceilings because it's a really old build. So it's all plaster and lath, 10-foot ceilings, almost no electricity. So I've hacked some wires together from the socket to put more of these stick lights in here so I can see what the heck I'm doing when I'm trying to ship stuff. So a lot of inventory is still stuck in boxes in here. A lot of inventory is still stuck in the shed. So like I mentioned, we're not at full capacity yet, but we're getting there. My order must be sitting there somewhere. Yeah, exactly. So everybody wondering why the store's been so slow on shipping, where's the stuff at? This is why. The Festiva store is just barely even packed up. Like I literally just brought these bins in here 2 days ago or 3 days ago. We just finally got enough internet to run in here to run the ship station so I can actually print the labels and stuff. So that's the ship station. So this thing, I print labels, I tape up boxes, I get bubble wrap and stuff. All your guys' orders come in on this laptop or on this desktop here at some point. So that's how I pack it. Here's 70% of the inventory is in all of these bins here. So that's almost the stuff we sell here. And then if I come around, I've got some more bins in here, like a little hallway. And then in this room, this was like an old sunroom, same deal. I have wired a bunch of lights to a switch on the floor so I can have some light in here. This is where the rest of the inventory is going to go, which again, so this is how far I've gotten being able to unpack the rest of the inventory. As you can see, it's not going great because we have so much going on right now. What is all that? Oh man, so much. It's just hundreds and hundreds of Festiva parts or Mazda parts, 323 parts, Miata stuff, you name it. All of it's available to buy right now on festivastore.com, for those who didn't know. So then I tried to set up the 3D printers, and then as I was getting this room set up for the printers, we had a major snowstorm Monday, and the heater in this room failed, so now I have to fix a heater just to be able to work in this room because it was like 32 in here. And then, worst of all, the big printer that's been doing so much of our business recently had a major failure, literally day 2 of us moving it in. So I got this in here last Saturday, and literally the next Sunday, it failed to the point where I had to disassemble like the entire top end of the printer, and that means redoing the belt tensioners, rebuilding the top end, heating up these little tiny brass inserts and putting them in new pieces of plastic. So I have to rebuild this. So some of the printed parts are on hold. So everybody's like, hey, where's my cup holder? Or where are my G-Series transmission sensors at? They are currently still paused because I'm trying to rebuild this printer. That's going on today and tomorrow. Like I really need to get it done. I've been working on it hard, but it sucks. And the parts that broke cost a bunch. So I'm $200 down just in parts for this thing. Printer said, fuck this new house. Yeah, it really did. It really boned me. And then yesterday, I at least finally got my desktop set up. So my laptop only had a few of the files on it from the printer stuff. I had some of the files backed up to, I had a lot of the files backed up to a network storage device. And then the network storage device wasn't working because I don't have Ethernet in this house, or I didn't yet. So I didn't even have access to all my backed up files. My computer was still stuck at the other house. So now I finally have it at least set up in here. I think this might be mirrored. This is weird. I'm gonna go back to the other camera. Sorry. Sorry if everybody doesn't want to see my face, but so yeah. So now this is finally set up, so I can start doing more of my CAD stuff and get the printer software stuff running better again. I did finally get the NAS set up again. But of course, to do this, I had to move all the stuff that was stuck in this room out of the way. So now all this is really blocking my path to fix the printer. So I don't know what I'm going to do. That needs to go somewhere else so I have space to fix that, so I can go back to printing stuff, so I go back to shipping stuff that you guys are buying. I thought I had a lot to do today. Yeah, I feel that, right? So, and I mentioned it earlier, but I don't know if my mic was muted or not, or how many people were here. But the biggest issue right now is that, like I said, we can't unpack stuff because the floors badly need refinished. And so if we start unpacking everything as soon as we're ready to refinish the floors, now we have to get everything back out of the house to bring the sander in here. I don't know. Like I said, the lighting in here is terrible, so I don't know if I'll be able to see this, but the floors have definitely seen better days. So that's kind of what we're dealing with floor-wise. Oh, hi, kitty. So yeah, there's a whole lot of old stain there that already peeled up, and then just general wear and tear. I mean, this house was built in 1910. I'm pretty sure these original floors. And looking at like the wallpaper and paintwork in here, I think the last time they redecorated it was in the late 70s. A lot of stuff I've found so far is like 71, 72 era. So like this room is not showing up with camera great, but this is all pink wallpaper that's not super well done, and pink paint. This is the dining room, allegedly. You can see where we're starting to peel some of it off. Same there. So here's the kitchen area. Oh, camera's losing its mind. Kitchen area, same deal. You can see just like the finish is peeled off entirely. Like the wood's in good shape, but it definitely needs refinished. So this is why I don't want to cover all the floors and stuff yet. Give me a chance to do that. And I was talking about the lights earlier. I said there's like so many rooms here that don't have lights. So here's one, for example. And this, again, before I fixed it, this had a 5-watt bulb in it. So like barely brighter than a candle. But this is a hanging candle. You can see this one still has the candle in it. There's the candle. Somebody has added the bulb to this. So they drilled a hole, they ran a wire through the chain. As you can see, there's the bulb holder just dangling off a pair of wire nuts. This was not supposed to have a bulb in it, but somebody added that bulb. So this is one hallway light. They did the same thing all the way down there to that hallway light, and that is all the light in this room. And then this bedroom right here has no light at all. Look at that. It has this outlet on a switch. So that outlet is controlled by the switch on the door, on which I have a single lamp. So very dim in here. And if I go to the other back bedroom, same deal. Literally, there's no light here at all. Embrace the lamp? No way. I'm a lighting guy. I love bright lights. As you can see from how many lights I added in the shipping room, I cannot stand dim buildings. And then living room has no lights either. So I added this. Literally right here was a kerosene lamp that still is usable. Like it still has a wick and kerosene in it. I took it down. I hung this lamp in the ceiling. And again, I just ran wires across. It goes all the way down the floor to a switched outlet. So that's it. There's no other lights. And this room is huge. So it's so hard to light. Even this is a 300-watt bulb I have in this thing. You can see it's blowing out the camera. And then you come over here to work on something at night, and it's just dark as hell in all this area. And there's only 4 outlets for this entire room. So this room, like I can't really get the sense of scale very easily with my phone, but this is a huge room, and it has 4 working outlets, one of which is tied to that switch. So when you turn the light off, you lose that entire outlet. It's crazy. It boggles the mind how somebody can live like this. So I have so much work to do in here, but like I was trying to say earlier, we are still paying for the old house. The old house is not ready for sale because we did a ton of DIY projects in there. Like we rebuilt the kitchen, we rebuilt the dining room, we completely wired in new lights everywhere. We built the whole bathroom from the ground up, all plumbing and stuff, and all that we did ourselves. But then we didn't finish like the trim work, some paint work, crown molding, stuff like that. The small things. Once we got the bathroom like working, or the kitchen working, we're like, yeah, we'll finish the rest later. And now suddenly we're trying to sell the house, and later is now. So we had to do a ton of trim work, a ton of crown molding work, some small electrical stuff finished up. There was a whole wall of missing drywall, so we had to do a whole drywall job. Like there's a lot to do to finish the other house. So, here, come on dogs, we can walk again. So that has to be our priority. We have to get the other house sold because right now we're about, like at the end of this month, we're gonna have to pay 2 mortgages, and we can't afford to pay 2 mortgages. We need the other house sold, and we need to get that equity out of it so that we can pay off more of this house and hopefully build me a new shop in the backyard. Wiring from the area is so sketchy. Yeah, so like most of the wiring's been redone, But when they redid it, they only added like one extra outlet in each room. So they went from having almost no electricity to having at least one outlet per room with cloth wiring. And then it got updated again in like 2001. So now it's got mostly new Romex, thankfully, not a bunch of cloth wire. So it's almost all new Romex. But again, they only added one more outlet. So now each room has maybe 2 outlets built into the baseboards, and most of them still don't have lights. So it's a huge need for more power. They had put a big box on there, so we have the space to upgrade. The attic has some good reach for me to drill in the ceiling and stuff. It just sucks to add power, especially on a plaster and lath wall. Like, you drill through all the plaster and drill through the wood and hope it doesn't all crack out when you're trying to put old work boxes in. And the plaster, you know, is like this thick. It's just a ton of work. I can't do anything to this house till the other house is done. So most every day, I get up in the morning, Michelle goes to work, she works a real job. I go to the old house and try to pack up the rest of our stuff and then start like painting the wall or building crown molding trim. It's crazy. I have so much to do to finish that house. So we've been here for like 2.5, almost 3 weeks now, living in the living room, and that's why everybody's packages are so late. I know a lot of you, I'm sorry it's been such a delay. I've been trying to get as many out every other day as I can. It's been a pain in the ass. So there are packages that are pending right now. Now that the room's finally set up and I have internet going to all the rooms like it's supposed to, I can finally get back to getting the ship station to work like it should. So those packages will be going out soon, probably today. I'm taking a break from going to the other house today to get more packages done here. Somebody said, is there parking space, driveway space? Yes and no. So there's not great parking space yet, but the driveway is long, and since I'm out I'm gonna say it's in the country, I'm right next to the interstate, so we're still in Lexington, we're still in town, but like our property is basically one of the first properties that's not part of the inner city. We're on the outer side of the city, and so out here we've got just over 2 acres now, completely surrounded by trees on all 4 sides, a long curvy driveway all the way up. The house in the very back of the property, very back corner basically. So if I flip my camera around here, I'm in front of the garage, which if you guys missed it, this property does have a garage. It's just awful. It's small, so it's just this little tiny building here. It's got almost no lighting. I had to add 2 lights just to see what I'm doing inside of it. It's got crumbling cinder block walls. It's like that corner's collapsing and that corner's collapsing. There's a ton of gaps in it. It's full of this nasty old dust that smells terrible. I can barely breathe in there. And obviously it's a huge downgrade from where we were at. But then, so right here in front of the garage, we do have a carport. So the 2 project cars that really shouldn't be out in the weather are under the carport right now. And I got the Protege over here. And then if I go to the front yard, if my camera will spin around. So here, driveway, it goes all the way down to that bush line, turns, goes all the way left, turns again, goes straight out another like 100 feet. So it's pretty nice. The yard is, however, very hilly. So like right now, if I come down here, you can see the car start to just disappear because of how hilly it is. But yes, right now, everything's parked in the front yard. If I go stand on the top porch, you should be able to see most of the stuff. All the cars are finally here. So we did finally move everything here. So we got the Aqua Sonoma, Michelle's RX-8, the Muada, Michelle's Aqua Festiva, the 2 LXs, the yellow one and the red one, my S10, and then you saw the other 3 up front, and then the Maverick Michelle took to work. So, but yes, it's a very, very hilly. Like, it's right past the truck, that dips down. So that's a huge, big dip full of old bushes and stuff. I mean, you can see from the shadows, everything here rolls all over the place. It's a very rolly, hilly place. So hard to build stuff on, but it is very pretty. The dogs love it. I think Echo just ran away, even if she's messing around in that bush right now. Maverick's keeping an eye on her for me. Echo! I hear leaves. There she is. Good girl. And I think I mentioned it earlier, but so we got a container just to hold some stuff from the garage, and it's already kind of full, so I'm already running out of space again, and the garage is still not empty at the old house. I still have to go back and empty out everything in the rafters, 2 more shelves worth of stuff, 2 more engines that are from like good builds. There's a trailer just past these trees full of like 20 engines that I don't have space for right now. So in those ways, this property is a downgrade. The house is definitely worse than our other house, especially after the work we put in the other one. And the like amount of paved space I have to work on is definitely lower. Oh, sorry, I hit disconnect somehow. I think we're back. Okay. The garage is way, way worse. But since I have space now, long-term goal, knock down that garage and build a shop behind it with a big working pad in front of it. So now I can have actual shop space. And since I'm no longer anywhere near nosy neighbors or Karens, I can work on other people's cars. This property is not commercially zoned, so legally I'm not supposed to do work for other people, but I'm off the road. I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere. Nobody here is going to complain. So if somebody wanted to say, hey, can you rebuild my engine or can you work on my car? Now I can say, yes, assuming I have time, yes, I can do projects for other people now. So it's gonna be really nice to be out here away from people complaining, especially like while we were moving, we had like, 3 trailers in our yard. So we were street parking the cars on the street next to us while we were trying to move. And literally the neighbors called the cops every other day to report our cars. So like while we are trying to move, dealing with all the stress of this whole situation, literally every 2 days, a cop knocked on my door and said, hey, your cars can't be parked there. I'm like, they can, we're moving, they're legal, they're all tagged, they all run and drive. And usually the cops would finally say like, okay, that's fine. If you're on, like, obviously we're trying to move, it's quite clear. We have a big moving pod and 2 trailers in the yard. And then one day they didn't knock on the door and just tagged every car. So we had 5 cars got tagged for towing. So if we had not seen the tags, the city could have towed 5 of our cars at a cost of $250 each to me. So I had to go then take all the trailers, hook them back up to trucks, move them on the street, and bring the cars back in, because every 24 hours you have to move stuff around. And then 2 days later, I forget to move it, and so they calls again, and they tag them again after I just called the city and said, hey, can you please knock it off? So again, all of our cars got tagged on the street, and I had to go peel all these tow tags off and move everything again in the middle of the day. It was getting absurd. So it's really nice. That's the number one reason we had to move. A, I needed the space. Even if there's not buildings yet, I can build buildings if I need to at some point down the road. But B, we're far away from people complaining and making a fuss about where I'm parking or what I'm doing. It was going to be just way too much. Must work as a meter maid or something, man. And I think it's only like 1 or 2 people. Most neighbors, especially the ones like right next to us, neighbors right next to us on both sides and behind us, we were friendly with, we had no problems with. Like the one time I was making noise, they came over and they said like, hey, can you turn it down? Because it was like 9 p.m. I was like, sure thing, because we had the music too loud. So I turned it down, not a problem. I'm not out there using power tools at midnight. Like, it was all good. So somebody else down the street, like further down, just didn't like seeing the cars on the street. They didn't like how many cars I had out front. They tried to report me for running an automotive shop, which I don't. These are my personal cars. Like I said, I would like to run a shop, but I wasn't, and I still don't. These are all my things. So I had zoning up my ass, code enforcement in my ass about it, plus the parking people, like all 3 city divisions having a problem with me because people complained. Ugh. But we're past that now. This is my property. The zoning enforcement and code enforcement legally can't look at your property, like they can't drive in your driveway. They have to look at it from public roads or public sidewalks. And it's really hard to see, so I'll zoom in all the way. I'll wait for another car to go past here. There, I don't know if you guys saw that just then. So right there's a car that just went past. That's the public road where those cars are driving through those 2 trees. That's how far away they are from my yard. So for them to say something, they have to stop. There's also no sidewalks out there. So they have to literally stop on the road, peek through all my trees to make a complaint. And on that side, so there's all that street is businesses. There's like a huge truck place, and there's a bunch of restaurants, or like 1 restaurant and like 3 gas stations, and that's it. There's no houses over there. On that side of me is an abandoned property that's for sale for like $5 million. Nobody's gonna buy that. It's just barren land. From here to the interstate, that's all barren land. And on this side of me, plus going all the way behind me, is a horse farm who I've already talked to. They're super chill, and their house is on the other side of the property. So from where I am, nobody can see me, nobody can hear me. We're gonna have no problems people reporting us because there's no houses next to me complaining. So yeah, so I wanted to give that update because I know a lot of people have been wondering, like, what's going on with the channel, because I haven't posted any videos, I haven't posted any live streams recently, and then what's going on with the Festiva store stuff, because I haven't shipped anything, I haven't made any project updates for Salmon Industries in a long time. This is why, because we're doing a move. We are moving. It's been a huge process, and it's going to continue to be a huge process because we're not even done yet, not with moving, not with building the house. So it's going to be a while before I get everything like actually settled. Hopefully by this spring I can start building the new shop. I doubt it'll be done, but probably take like at least a year because building a shop's expensive. I can't afford to do all of it up front. I'm hoping to take at least some of the money from selling the old house and put that towards building a shop, the new property here, but I don't know what it's going to be. So a lot of the focus from now on for the channel, the focus for Salmon Industries is going to be stuff like 3D scanning and 3D modeling, like designing parts for Festivas and other cars, I have a nice new 3D scanner. I've not gotten to use it because we're in the middle of the move, but I've used it like twice just to test it out. It works really well. So I've got a lot of learning to do on how to use that properly and how to make parts and make scans off of that. And then get the printers all going so I can do more printing stuff. So more focus on stuff that I can do in the house and in CAD and help the community in that way before I get the shop done. So I go back to actually getting JDM Siva V2 done, that engine swap done, getting the wiring harness all built, stuff like that. So hopefully the next 6 to 8 months, you guys will see me really focusing on the streams of my computer and doing CAD stuff, doing design work, learning all that. When the weather's nice, obviously I can come out here and work. So like it's under the, sorry, I keep doing the wrong button. Under the carport there, we can work there. Right now it's like 40 degrees out here. My hands are freezing, but it's worth it just doing the stream real quick. But long term, we can do work out here. It's just not as nice as doing it obviously in the garage where it's like bright and closed and safe and heated. Ugh, a lot going on. We all need to buy more Festiva parts. Hell yeah, brother. So again, it's like I said, it's hard to ship stuff right now. We're still working on it. There's some stuff that's really delayed. Today, most of the backlog of shipping should be done. It's gonna take me like 8 hours, but I should have most of the backlog of stuff shipped. And then beyond that, yeah, if you want to support the store, please do by buying parts for your car. If you don't have a Festiva, buy some stickers, buy some we have a couple shirts left, buy some industry shirt. If you want to support the channel just like in a supportive way, we do have YouTube membership, so you can become a member on YouTube. I think it's like I think the cheapest one's like $2 a month, and like the fancier one's $8 or $9 a month, something like that. But yeah, if you become a member on YouTube, that supports me directly. YouTube takes like a small cut, I get the rest. I'm doing this stream with no ads, by the way, so there'll be no ads on this, so I'm not making money on this stream. Other streams, I've earned about $8 from streaming, so it's really, I am monetized technically, but I only get a few views per stream, so I'm only making, like, I think YouTube makes me $8 a month right now. We have Patreon as well. It's another great way to support us. Same deal, it's like tiered membership. We try to do like a free t-shirt for our Patreon people, another cool merch. I think this year, or by the end of the year, early next year, we're doing hats. So if you become a patron for like 2 months or something, you're guaranteed to get a free hat sent to you. So it's a cool way to do merch drops and also help support me. If you just want to throw a couple bucks each month my way, I really appreciate it. It's been helping a lot for the small things. Like we had, I think in Patreon, we had like $200 over the summer. Patreon made us like $200, so we were able to buy new stuff for the store from that, which is great. And then the year before that, we were able to buy shirts and then take the rest of the money and buy the new cameras for the stream. So for the live stream, normally we do like those nice, like we have 3 cameras set up and 2 of them are 4K with like zoom and stuff on them. Those were all thanks to you guys supporting us on Patreon, supporting us through memberships. We were able to buy those 2 nice cameras to be able to make the streams that much nicer. Echo, get out of there. Dog's over here eating crap out of the leaves. Hey, get out of here. Get out of here. Go run around. Go do something. Go play. There's Echo. Echo, what are you doing? What are you doing, uppers? Maverick, what do you think? What do you think, big dog? Look at that beautiful old man. What are you doing? What are you doing? He's a good boy. All right, that's pretty much it for the stream. Hopefully, when I paused it earlier, it didn't break everything for the recording. I have no idea how YouTube records phone-based live streams, this vertical formats. It's a new deal for me. If anybody has any questions, let me know in the chat real quick. I'll stay on here for another couple minutes and then get my butt. Actually, we'll just go inside right now. We'll go to the ship station. I'll start shipping stuff. I can leave the stream on while I ship stuff, probably, as long as my battery on my phone lasts, which it should. So, hey, Echo, come on. Go back inside here. Come on, dogs. Come on. Look how the lighting's so bad. Like immediately I'm fuzzy on stream because there's not enough light out here. Daylight was so nice. I hate bad lighting. Now we're in the ship station where I hung all those lights and suddenly I can see. It looks terrible. Like if I look at the ceiling, you can see how silly this looks. Just 4-foot shop lights basically zip tied to the hooks in the plaster. But, you know, it's here. It's working. Where can I put this? Put it over here, maybe? Oh, actually, I just remembered. This phone does not. The selfie camera has a fixed focal point. So, like, it's only focusing on me if I'm here. If I come all the way out here, I think it stays blurry, if I remember correctly. So I need to try to flip cameras around. Yeah, nice close-up on the wall. All right, I think I'm going to be in view of that. Maybe a little more this way. Let me see if I can pull up my own stream on the ShipStation computer so I can actually read your guys' comments. Tell this to go ahead and connect the ShipStation to the internet. Since now my phone's facing backwards, I can't see the screen, which means I can't answer questions. Salmon Industries. Live. All right, I'm in. All right, yeah, there we go. You guys can kind of see what's going on now. So, yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I'll leave the chat up on this computer. How do I pop out chat now? There it is, pop out. Yeah, I can answer questions about the Festiva store itself. I can answer questions about Salmon Industry stuff, about YouTube stuff. I can answer questions about the move if you guys want to hear more about the move, or I can just answer normal Festiva questions. So if anybody has any Festiva questions or other similar Mazda questions, car questions, let me know. Consider this an open forum for a minute as I try to get parts shipped to people. Like this cup holder and fuel pump for Phil. There's a cup holder. Here are fuel pump assemblies. Fuel pump assemblies are back in stock, by the way. I know a lot of you guys were waiting to see these again, so if you want, they're back. Both 89 automatic and 9093, both manual and automatic. Fuel pump assemblies are available. They are ready to rock. We're gonna wrap this up some. The new printer prints these things so strong too. It's crazy. Like I tried to break one of these on stream the other day. Literally couldn't. We had to step on it. Like we had to stomp on the cup holder to break it. It prints so strong now for new settings on the big new printer. All right, this looks like it might fit a fuel pump and a cup holder. Our best recycle packaging material around here. What printers do we have? Okay, so right now we've got the big printer, the one that does most of the hard work and the fast work and all the good work. I mean, it's a fantastic printer. It is a Ratrig V-Core Hybrid 500. So Ratrig makes a lot of big format printers like that. The V-Core 4 is their newest version, so it's the brand new one they released last year. It is a, as you may guess from the name, 500. It's 500 millimeters cubed, so 500 millimeters wide, 500 millimeters deep, and it can go 500 millimeters tall. It's fully enclosed. It uses a massive 1200 watt heated bed. It has a Rapido 2 ultra high flow hot end. A lot of and it's called a hybrid, so it's actually got dual stack motors for the axes. So the y-axis is dual motor, so 4 in total for the y, and then 2 for the x. It's a Core XY machine, so the head moves an x and y, and the bed moves up and down. So that way it keeps all the weight off of it where it's moving. I print almost everything I print is entirely ABS, so it basically just runs ABS constantly. I use 5 kilogram rolls of Ziltech ABS from Texas. Those things rock. And I have, with that printer, it's been super reliable. Like obviously it just broke, but generally speaking, it's been one of the most reliable printers I've had. It was DIY. I had to build it myself. It does not come pre-built, so you build it from the ground up. Like you crimp your own wires, you print your own parts. It comes with the rest of the stuff in a kit. But I think I've printed now like 60 kilograms worth of stuff through it, which is, I think it's 124 pounds. So I think I've printed over 100 pounds of ABS to that printer with only one major failure, which just happened. So that's pretty freaking sweet. Then the rest of the printers I have are mostly just Ender 3 Pros, or like I've got one Ender like S1, I think is what it's called, and then I've got one Ender Neo V2, which again, like they're all just Enders. They're like other 6 printers are all some form of Ender, mostly Ender 3 Pros. Some of the fancier, slightly newer versions of the Ender, but almost all of them I got for $100 or $150 each new during various sales online or through Micro Center sales. So like the shift bushings, those print 24/7 off one of the Enders. Actually, another batch just got done, so I'll grab some of those real quick. So there you go. This is fresh off the printer. This is one of the shift bushings. So this is TPU, so it's rubbery, so it's flexible. Dialed in the settings for that. Normally they're blue. I ran out of blue. I started using some black. So you take that string off. There you go. There's a shift bushing. I print those 5 at a time on the Ender. I've got another one that prints ABS open air. That one prints mostly the headlight rings. This box is done. I've got another Ender that's fully enclosed that prints ABS. I have not turned it on in like a year. It used to be the one that just printed cup holders 24/7. That's all it was, print cup holders. But now the rat rig's been so much more efficient at printing cup holders because it's so much faster and it prints them stronger even. So I've not been really using the other one. And then I've got another Ender in an enclosure. And by enclosure, I mean either IKEA lac tables I screwed old plexiglass to. And another one is like literally it's just an old like end table that had a door on it. And I covered the door with plexiglass. So like, it's literally just a piece of furniture I bought at like a Goodwill for $10 that I added plexiglass to and drilled a hole for the power cord. That one prints PLA mostly, and it prints the turn signal spacers. The turn signal spacers are the only part I print from PLA. Everything else is printed from engineering grade ABS. I don't print like PLA anything. Thanks, dude. Best wishes for your future. Hey, thank you. I really appreciate it. 500 is huge. Yes, it's massive, and I need it because like I'm trying to finish printing vent bezels. It's been an ongoing project for a long time. I don't know if I have one out right now. Again, because everything's packed, but I've been trying to print the vent bezel for the Festiva dashboard that goes for the vents, and I'm trying to make it perfect. Like I want it to look as good as possible. I've already got plenty of prints that work. It's just not quite the quality I want. I'm being too picky about it, but I really want to give you guys a perfect product. So I need. Those are 380 wide, so a 350 printer is not enough. A 400 would do it, but I wanted 5 so I could do really big stuff. Like I could print like whole bumpers in 3 sections, ideally. Ender 3 Max for like 10,000 hours. Yeah, my original Ender 3, that's the one that's enclosed that I used to print ABS stuff on. That one has so many hours on it, it's actually completely UV faded. The black anodization on it, like you know all the aluminum parts are black anodized. I have like LEDs in the edge to light up the enclosure. It's been in there so long, running so long, the UV or the lights, the LED lights and the sunlight from that room have faded the anodization, so the whole print, like half the printer's gold now, where it was black. Actually, yeah, that's worth taking a break and looking at real quick. I'll take the camera over there for a second. If I can squeeze out through here. So yeah, so there's the rat rig. So that's 500 by 500. That's the Ender Neo, I think. So So that's the one that prints shift bushings all day, and it prints them one at a time. I have it staggered, so it prints this whole thing, then moves here, prints one whole thing. So if there's a failure, I don't lose 5 at once. I only lose 1. This is the S1, which has god awful. The auto bed level completely breaks itself every time it goes. But I manually leveled it, so I'm using it just like a normal Ender. I'm not using the fancy features, and that prints those headlight rings 4 at a time from ABS. That's the only print small enough to print ABS without an enclosure. Otherwise, anything bigger than that, it warps right off the plate. Warps right off the plate. I'll come in here. Hey, dogs, it's just me. It's me walking into the living room. Thank you. So this is my OG Ender 3. I've had this one for almost 5 years now. And if I use my flashlight for a second, maybe. Yeah, there you can see those parts are not gold. Those are literally black parts that have faded in the sunlight, and the anodization has been cooked to bronze. That's how long this one's been running. So over here, where it was in the shadow, you can see that part, same metal, still dark black. Then over here, so much sun exposure, it's literally turned gold. Most of this parts, I think this is its 3rd hot end, just some clogs. The clogs fill up the fan and break the whole thing. So the 3rd hot end assembly. It's on its 3rd motherboard, again, just from heat failure. This is I switched to the metal top end with like the first 6 months of owning it. Everything else on this is original. It's original bed plate, all the original motors still going just fine. All the original belts still going just fine. This thing's an absolute trooper. But like this thing's printed over, I think, 85 cup holders successfully. Each one takes 24 hours. So 80 cup holders, 24 hours each. It's been an absolute beast. One day it failed a cup holder. So I stopped using it. Oh, I mentioned it fails because the hot end got clogged. I kept one of them. So this is the sort of failure I'm talking about when I said instead of fixing it, I just replaced it. Because that is come on, phone. Hey, phone, please. Thank you. That's all ABS. So that's a massive failure. Getting all that ABS cleaned out of that assembly would have been a pain. So Ender 3 parts are so cheap, I just let's toss another $30 hot end on it. This is the same thing that happened to the rat rig for the first time ever, except it's a lot worse because the hot end for the rat rig is like $120, not $20. So it really sucked when that failed. So I got to rebuild a ton of that. But we'll get there. Slowly but surely, as I keep shipping stuff and keep fixing stuff and keep unpacking stuff and keep fixing the internet and fixing all my outlets and fixing all the power situations, someday it will work again. The blob, yeah, the blob of death. Okay, whose package is next? Radio adapter and sorry, my throat's all messed up. Radio adapter, another fuel pump for Sergio. That's a good one because the radio adapter actually fits in the box. So here we go. One harness adapter. Fuel pump. We lost our tape gun during the move, so that's been a pain in the butt to deal with. But I just bought this thing over here that's supposed to automatically feed you tape. Let's see. Let's try 300 millimeters of tape. See what that does for us. Wow, that thing's noisy. Okay. I have it set to auto feed, so every time I pull it, it feeds the next one. I don't think that's going to do it for me. However, lengthwise, it looks like 290 is almost perfect. Or 305 to this side, 320. Throw away and piece of stuff together again. Go to 320 mil. And it cuts it for you. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing right now, but the tape thingy just cut it for me. Sped out a 320 millimeter piece. I was able to put that right on the box, no problem. And then one more for the bottom, because these boxes are a little fragile, so one more. so much better than the crappy tape guns. And then it just needs a label. I hit print, and then it goes to a thermal printer, a thermal label printer. It spits out one of these already made. I'm not going to show it to you too long because I'm not trying to dox anybody. And that's it, man. So yeah, small packages like this, easy packages, love to see it. If only they were all so simple and pre-boxed. And the ShipStation just blue screened. It does that. This computer I found basically at a recycling plant. It was $50 for this HP all-in-one touchscreen thing. It's old. It's got an i7 3770. So it is an i7, but it's 3rd gen. So this thing's like from 2013, I want to say. So 12 years old now. So the fact that this touchscreen and everything still works at all is crazy to me. I think it would have shipped with Windows 8. I put Windows 11 on it. Or no, I put Windows 10 on it because that's the only thing I had at the time. And now it's so old, I can't put 11 on it. It keeps asking me to upgrade. And I said, okay. And then it says, oh, just kidding, we can't. I don't know why it keeps asking me. But when it works, for this job, it works fine. I don't need it crazy fast or anything. Literally, all the programs I'm using just run in Chrome. So as long as I can handle 3 Chrome tabs, I'm good to go. However, every now and again it does blue screen, and I've tried to figure out why. I've gone through all the power user logs to see what's causing it to shut down. It gives me almost no information. Usually it'll run for 2 hours and then reboot. Then run for 2 hours. It's not the end of the world. Again, it's not worth spending money on right now. I've got other things to focus on monetarily. We're not going to be upgrading this. I did find a replacement though. I found like a 2022 version model on eBay for like $200 used. They usually go for between $200 and $250. So once we get more settled in here, at some point I will probably upgrade this so I don't have to deal with the shutdown blue screen issue every so often. Especially because it's not that fast. I think it still has a hard drive, not a solid state drive, so booting takes a while. I'm still waiting for it to load Windows right now. Which means I also can't see all the comments you guys are leaving, if you're leaving any. I almost pulled my phone out of my pocket to check comments, but obviously my phone is streaming, so that's not going to work, is it? Holy cow, it's still loading. The internet here at least is good. Spectrum is offering synchronous gig over coax. I didn't know it was a thing, but apparently technology has advanced enough for them to find some fancy magical tricks to make it so you can have 1 gig internet over an ancient coax cable. And so far it's been working. I've been getting a pretty stable gig up and gig down. So it's pretty wild to me. Alright, how many people are still watching after all this nonsense has been going down? 6 watching now? Oh, okay, well, as long as you all are here hanging out, I'm gonna keep going. Brother, congrats on the new spot, living the dream. Brother, dude, thank you so much. I don't know how much of the stream you saw. Feel free to rewind it as I went over a lot of it, since I can't remember if you were in here earlier, but we're here now, and it is working, so that's fantastic news. Alright, we've got another fuel pump. Good to see the fuel pump selling so well. Makes sense now that they're finally back in stock to see them getting out there. Alright, this door is right in the way. Just kind of half close that for now. Alright. Alright, tape machine, show what we can do. Neat. The cat did not like that. tape machine? Heck yeah. I thought about trying to. I thought about trying to set it up like Amazon does, where you just scan the box and then like it uses that barcode to automatically dispense tape based on the preset sizes. But those cost a ton apparently. This one was on sale on Amazon for like $45 or something, and it's got like 6 predetermined lengths. Well, you can change them like 6, like A, B, C, D, E, F, and then you type in the length and it saves that option. So every time I want a piece of tape that's long, I just press go on D and it prints me out a 320 millimeter piece of tape. Because during all the move nonsense, we lost tape gun from our packing, which was lame. Sorry, I keep coughing. This is the first time I've talked this much in forever, since obviously I've not been doing live streaming. I've not been doing much YouTube stuff. This is the most I've talked in forever. My throat's gonna be so mad. What am I doing in my life? Sitting here waiting for my order to come up, like playing online bingo? Oh boy. Well, I can cheat. I think your order is probably way up on the list. Right now, I think we've got like 48 orders that are pending to ship because of the madness going on. Isaac got us some taillight gaskets. Very cool. Michelle has my bin. Amazon left behind one of their big, like, apparently Amazon drivers carry these big pouches, or these big totes, these big foldable totes to carry packages in. And our Amazon guy, I think his was like pretty worn out. The zipper's broken and it ripped on one side. So instead of taking it with him, he just left it on porch. He's like, you guys can just have this. Get a cough drop, bro? Yeah. It's, my meds make me all phlegmy. It's not a tickle, it's like I'm just constantly draining in my throat or something. It's really annoying. How many orders you get per week? In the busy season, which I don't know exactly what determines what makes it busy, but when we get busier, it's like 25, 30 a week. When it slows down, it's like 15 to 20 a week. So still a ton. Obviously, every time we announce new products, that really bumps up our numbers. All right, Eric. Where's Eric's order? I see Eric's order. All right, Eric, we'll do your order real quick since you're on stream. Don says, wishing you and your partner all the best in your place and business. Cheers, friend George. Hey, thank you so much. And speaking of, we'll give a shout out to George. George's been helping a lot with the move recently because we were now a lot closer to George than we used to be, and he's been a great help. All right, Eric, here's your order. Thermostat housing, shifter bushings, we got them. I just kitted for the shifter bushings like 3 days ago, so these are brand new kits. Check it out. There you go. That's one complete shifter bushing kit, one OEM bolt from Mazda, 6 OEM bushings, 1 Salmon Industries printed bushing. We got brand new thermostat housing. And since you're on stream, Eric, 1 Salmon Industries sticker. We're gonna throw that in for free since you're watching. Actually, we'll make a double combo so you can rep both. We got TFS and Salmon Industries. You get both those stickers. And I need probably a small box to keep this stuff from being around too much. That's probably it. What about these? All right, Eric. And top it all off, we're gonna get it in an old packaging box from Bedhead. They make hair products. My father-in-law somehow came across somebody getting rid of all these boxes from my packing plant. So all these Bedhead custom boxes that were made for them ended up not being used for some reason. So it's gonna look like you're getting some brand new hair products in the mail. Scott said ship station. Yes, Scott, ship station all the way. Because it syncs with Shopify and it just works. Alright, we'll do 2 stickers. Actually, we'll do some packing material first, probably. Packing material. I was thinking of it left in here, huh? You had nothing but issues with them? Really? What kind of issues? Like the syncing stuff, or So far, ShipStation for us has been an absolute godsend. It syncs with Spotify or Shopify, no problem. Label management works great with the cheap label printer I got, and they give me some great rates. Like I'm able to save you guys so much shipping wise because I can use like a business account on there. And then I need a Sharpie to mark out because this is not a level 3 aerosol anymore. Feel free to put this on a plane. Done deal. All right, Eric. Here's your label, bud. There's Eric's label. I put my thumb over his address. Change stuff. See the bill's late. Always oversee stuff. That's crazy. I guess I'll count myself lucky then. But yeah, for us, it's been super reliable. Jeez. Throat. Like it'll occasionally drop an order, like it won't sync. So like I'll have somebody email me and say, "Hey, with my order," and I open ShipStation, it's not there, so I have to go back to Shopify and like manually sync it. But beyond that, occasionally happening, it's been mostly really good. Festiva fuel pump 89 automatic. Oh, where are those? That's literally not even a fuel pump. That is some random crap in a box. Over here. What's this one? That's a broken one. Oh, that's what happened. This is what I mean when like stuff's so far behind and messed up. I don't know where some of the stuff got put. It's like I should have 8 of these 89 only fuel pumps in stock right now, and I don't see where they went. So that's gonna be one that is gonna be put on pause again until I can figure out where the heck that is. Might be worth texting Steven and asking him. Oh wait, is this one? Please. Oh, okay. One. Double check, make sure that is indeed what it is. Make sure he is what he says he is. Yep. 4-pin connector. That means that's an 89 auto. There you go. There you guys can see it's on the box. I labeled it in the past. Looking out for myself there. These tape sensors. Oh, it folded over itself. There we go. Tape. Well, Scott, I see you said you got billed for something you shipped last October. Was it something like that you got back charged from tariffs on? Because like some countries are trying to block tariff charges, like they'll try to send it back to the sender. Thankfully, I have not had that happen yet. But I know, like when I ship stuff to Germany, sometimes Germany wants to make me pay the tariff cost, so like the listed price is equivalent to the price they paid, or something along those lines. Craig. Your fuel pump is on the way. If anybody makes an order right now, and stuff I have available right now, I will pack it on stream. So I know there's still 7 people in here. Surely one of you needs something. We've got a lot of good stuff right now. Both cheap stuff and expensive stuff. We got it all. Making sure there's only one pump in the box. Now is a good time to get shift bushing kits since I just got all the stuff in, all the bushing kits got sorted and kitted the other day, so those are now fully in stock and ready to ship right now. So great time to get your shift bushing kits if you guys want those. Also, just restocked the headlight rings. They're ABS printed. Those are back in now. If you guys want to get fancy and expensive, the turbo manifolds are back. Coilovers are also happening again. I tried to make a post announcing it today. It seemed not to get a ton of views for some reason, but we are doing another round of coilovers. So if you guys have not bought your Sam Industries coilovers yet, jump on the group buy now, so you can be the first to get them, and that way we can actually afford to pay the group buy off. But I'm trying to do another round of 20. So if you guys hop on and buy some coilovers, the sooner we get like the first 10 sets orders, the sooner I can get those here built and shipped out. I put an order 5 minutes ago. Oh heck yeah! All right, I will force refresh the store here so we can see it. We have one new order. Reload the grid. All right, Ryan, we got your orders. Brake booster, combination switch, bump stops, washers, fuel pump assembly. All right, now I gotta find those washers. I think it's the only thing I don't know where they are right now. The rest of them we can grab though. Because I know the washers were sitting with the coilovers at one point. So that's the only one I'm missing right now. Brake booster though, grab that. We're in a big box. Alright, brake booster. We need a combination switch. Which adds this wire. 2 bump stops. I'll get a little bag for those, and I'll put them in the combination switch. Alright, bump stops are with your combo switch. A 90, 93 fuel pump. These fuel pumps flying off the shelves. Alright, now I gotta find a box big enough to fit all these things. This one tall enough? Nope, not big enough. Okay. one of these Amazon boxes. Taller than that even? Man, these brake boosters are huge. How about a box from packing the house up? Still no. Oh. I guess I have this huge box. It's got bubble windows in it. Well, I don't know what my big boxes are, of course. However, since we are packing on stream, same dealio, you are gonna get a Salmon Industry sticker and a Festiva store, or yeah, a TFS sticker and a Salmon Industry sticker in your order. Thank you for being on stream and supporting everything we're doing over here. Go ahead and put that in your fuel pump box. Before I lose track, and I'll have to come back in a minute. The box is up. I gotta go find a bigger box outside. Good morning. Hey, Mama. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. You missed a tour, or a tour of the house / yard / all of my crap laying everywhere. Rygar, we might have to pause actually on those washers. I need to get more from Mazda Japan. The last order I made from them, they paused because tariffs were gonna make the shipping like absurd through UPS and FedEx. I think they have it fixed now, but I don't know if I actually have them here. I had one more set. I know that one extra set was in the yellow parts car because I was using them as an example on a video. But I don't know if I have both sets, and the rest of them I don't see in here. So I'm actually packed up somewhere. So I might give you a refund for just those washers, and then make an announcement when they're back in stock. I do have a pending order from Japan for the hardware. But everything else is here. Now we just need a big box. Somebody this morning ordered just a brake booster like that. That's easy because they're already in their own boxes. Also, looks like I need to go outside at some point to get another box, another like small crate of more brake boosters, because that is the last thing I have in the house. Go up to the shed and grab some more. That is a good problem to have. I'll tell you that right now. If you can't find a box big enough, no rush. Yeah, it's I'm sure I have one somewhere from the move. I just gotta figure out where all of our broken down boxes are. Step on that. Alright. One brake booster. Ready to rock. Only 46 packages to go. here. Here's another big-ish box. We'll see if this one will fit everything at once. Freshly unpacked master bathroom supplies. Perfect. I think the cat's reason is one of the table to sleep on too, so you get the extra bonus of cat hair. 2 free stickers and a bunch of free cat hair. Just for you. And now that I'm doing this on stream and walking around between this huge pile of boxes, I am realizing that I definitely need to organize in here better. It is hard to walk around all this stuff. There we go. There's the Jenga I wanted to see. Now for some packing materials. Alright, and Rygar, this box is just for packing material. This is empty, so don't worry about that too much. These in here. Nothing there. Bits and bobs here. That feels pretty secure to me. Boom. There it is. Free cat hair. That's right. Make sure I process that refund right now for those 2 washers before I forget. And change the inventory to say I don't have any. Products. Sway bar. Oh, what are you doing? Hey. It thinks I have 8 available. I don't think that's correct at all. If it thinks I have 8 and I've lost a whole box full somewhere. I do have 1 box of unopened inventory, but I thought it was just replacement bolts. Yeah, shims, hooks, engine mounts from Japan. Yeah, I don't think it's correct. I think I'm going to tell it we have 0 on hand until I'm sure I have all 10. You don't need to weigh or measure it. I don't measure them unless they're like over 20 inches or like over 24, I think. For the most part, USPS and UPS don't care about the weight or the length until you get over 24. And then for weight, everything I sell is pre-weighed. So when I get a new item, I weigh it, and then I add like an extra like 100 grams just to make up for like packaging, because every time I use a box, I'll weigh something. And then when Shopify sends the order in, the weight's already there. So every item in the store has already been weighed, and Shopify has the weights like internally listed. So if you make an order, Shopify adds the weight of each item and then gives that total weight to ShipStation. So I don't have to weigh it manually. It does it all automatically. I have to weigh it manually the first time. So every time I make a new product, I weigh it. I tell Shopify, hey, this item weighs this much, and then after that, it takes care of it. All right, Rygar package. It's taped, label, applied. It's good to go. And your refund for your washers will be on the way, and those should be back in stock hopefully by the end of the month. It just depends on how long shipping and ordering takes. Yeah, I use Shopify. I used to use Square, but Square does not like when you have more than like 80 items on your store. So it gets really slow and laggy. The inventory management starting to suck a lot. So Shopify works way better for a ton of items. Generally, I think Shopify works better. Period. Shopify, I think, costs us a little bit more, but it's been like the features are so much better. The support network's been a lot better. And we couldn't get PayPal to work correctly with Shopify or with Square. Shopify has PayPal support built in, so now we have PayPal support natively. Hey, kitty, and it just works a lot nicer. Yeah, having a way and measure everything sucks. Especially like I used to do, but before I got ShipStation, I used to handwrite labels. Like we were handwriting each label, measuring it, and then I would either weigh it. I wasn't even pre-buying labels. I would handwrite it all out, and then put the label in the box. Then take it to USPS. They would weigh it. They would measure it. They would tell me how much it cost, and I pay for it at USPS. And then I got to the point where like I'm holding the line up because now I'm bringing like 6 packages from the weigh and measure. So I'm like standing in line to weigh and measure 6 packages at a time, like twice a week. And then when I started doing like 10 packages a week, 15 packages a week, now it's like this is not sustainable. And ShipStation has a free tier. I think as long as you're shipping less than 30 or less than 50 packages a month, it's free. So it was working great. I bought the label printer. I got the cheap computer to run it all on. It was working fine. And then we started shipping more than that. And now like we're shipping 20 packages a week. So now we had to pay for ShipStation, but it's still only $15 a month or something. So we pay for ShipStation, we pay for Shopify, but they talk to each other. It prints labels for me. It imports the weights. And like I said, when it comes to boxes, basically I only ship one. There's only one consistent item I ship that's oversized. That's the wind deflectors that go around the window because they're really long and thin. So they go in a box that's 48 inches long, and 48 is considered oversized. But ShipStation has like you can have modifiers and pre-built like selections. So literally, if somebody orders wind deflectors, I hit Control 2 on my keyboard. It automatically populates the weight. It tells ShipStation that my box is 48 by whatever. Like all the dimensions are already there. It automatically picks UPS and does it all like in one click for me since I set that up. So that one matters because it's super long. Beyond that, since most of my boxes are below 30 inches, UPS and USPS have had no problem me not leaving the measurements on there, just putting the weight only. Hey Ryle, welcome to the stream. Sorry YouTube's so bad at notifying you of the stream. Is we just moved. We have not sold the old house, and there's still a lot of work I have to do at the old house, but we're here now. I'm in the new house. We got the ShipStation mostly set up. We're shipping packages. We're talking about how much my garage sucks and how I plan to fix that in the future once I win the lottery or something, I guess. Because right now, I can't afford it. Fuel pump. Sock. Upgraded fuel pump screws over here. And one fuel pump. good kit to get right there. It's a good combo of items. All that for Michael. Oh, I'll use a tape cutter. Fantastic. Congrats. Have a great day. Hey, thanks, Scott. Good seeing you. But yeah, Scott, if you're still here right in a second, I would recommend checking out Shopify Kitchen Combo, and then using that to have all your weights pre-applied, and inventory tracking is way better, I think, on Shopify. Tracking like part numbers and stuff, I think it's a bit easier. The website works a lot better. It's a lot faster than Square was, for sure. I would totally recommend looking at it. And you can have PayPal built in. Another box down. How many are left? 37. Right? 34. Yeah, WooCommerce. Oh, yeah. Yeah, WooCommerce, I think we didn't end up using it, but it was nice to have one that was cheaper. And also, like, right now, I'm paying for the domain through Google Domains, so the festivastore.com as a domain costs like $30 a month, I think, or $30 a year, I think is my renewal fee. So for $30 a year, I own the domain, thefestivastore.com, and then Shopify basically did a redirect for that. So when you're browsing, you see thefestivastore.com when you're browsing, but technically it's thefestivastore.com as a domain, and then it links to shopify.storename.whatever, but you don't see that on the front end. Customers just see the Festiva Store. And the Square makes it really easy. As long as you own a domain, all you do is tell Shopify, hey, this is my domain, and they take care of the rest. So they do all the hosting, they do all the linking. You don't have to mess with any of that. GoDaddy, yeah. I think I might actually pay. I think I pay Squarespace now because Google Domains is no longer a thing. Google sold off to GoDaddy and to Squarespace, I think. So, but yeah. So if you own your own domain, you don't have Shopify does not charge you extra to host on that domain. So if you're already paying GoDaddy for your domain, then you're good to go. If you go to Shopify, they will host it for you on your domain. There's no extra fee for that. It's not an extra charge or anything. You don't have to have anybody else host it. You don't have to have server-side stuff. They take care of all that. People ordered a cool bypass pipe. Oops. Oh, this seems like a long, thin box. I don't think I exactly have one of those right now. So we're just gonna have to get a big box. What kind of padding? Not these. These are the ones that cats use as cat scratchers. This one. I'll have to message you sometime. Yeah, feel free to message me. Obviously, right now I'm kind of busy with life, so I don't know how helpful I'll be right now. But as soon as we get more settled down, I'd be happy to help you out with that stuff. let you know kind of what we're doing and how it works for us at least. This coolant pipe's going all the way to Australia. That's wild. Shout out to my international customers. I know international shipping and tariff stuff right now is absolutely brutal, but we really appreciate you guys making orders still. Obviously, I know some of the stuff you can only buy from me, but again, I appreciate the sales and the business for you guys despite these trying times internationally. I don't want to dox anybody here, but so right now I'm shipping to Australia. The guy bought a coolant pipe. That's this little guy right here. It's just a little coolant bypass pipe. After this conversion to Australian dollars, this cost him $24. It's cheaper than the US, but Canadian or Australian dollars are low to us. So this is $24 Australian. He paid $54 to ship this. So a $22 pipe. It really doesn't weigh much at all, and it costs $54 to ship. It's insane. That being said, I can sometimes do better than that. Like since occasionally I get discounted rates, especially if you don't mind it going slower. So if anybody is watching this and you are international and you're like, hey, the shipping cost is crazy. First of all, I agree with you. Sorry, but second of all, I can usually take about 30% off of that price if you get in touch with me and talk to me about if you're willing to have it go slow. So if you're willing to take the hit and the speed and wait longer, like an extra week or so, I can usually knock 30% off the international price. And then to ship this, it fits in the box very tightly, but we're going to protect the ends by putting it into some bags. This is a great, easy way to protect stuff from shipping. I think my big roll of bubble mailer, or my big roll of bubble wrap, has been all used from the movie. I think Michelle wrapped a lot of our dishes in it, which is super smart, but now I'm out of stock. I need to order more bubble wrap. I think this will just about wrap up the stream. It's going to be really boring. Somebody's going to come in here and see that this is a 3-hour stream and get a ton of good content, and it ends up just being 2 hours of me packing boxes. So I'll probably end the stream after we get this one finished up. So last chance, if anybody wants any more questions or any more receive advice, or anybody else wants to make an order to get some free stickers while I'm here, let me know. I know some of you aren't watching like live. A few of you seem to be like 25 seconds behind, so I will wait at least a few seconds for that. While I'm waiting for anybody to say hello, I will go ahead and order some bubble wrap on Amazon. I haven't logged into Amazon on this computer. Nope, I can't verify it because it's Michelle's account, and she's verified on her phone. All right, well, I think that's it. We still have 8 people watching. That's insane. So to all 8 people, if anything else you want to see quick, let me know. And I will go order some things on my phone. Maybe make lunch and then finish the other 30 packages. But it's good to finally have a live stream done again because we've been so busy. Go ahead and grab my phone. Very cool partners. Check the dogs, make sure they're chilling. Oh yeah, they're big chilling. All the animals are just chilling. Look at these guys. Little Eka dog. Maverick, the fuzzy butt. Tired. Rango. Salem. All right. I think that's it. So, get it, camera fixed here. There we go. Oh, lighting, great. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you next time. Check out thefestivastore.com, all your Festiva parts. Feel free to become a YouTube member or subscribe to our Patreon. It's patreon.com/Sam Industries, or right here on YouTube somewhere there should be a button that says like become a member next to the subscribe button. Subscribe if you haven't. Like the stream if you haven't. Likes and subscribes help a ton, of course. Feel free to check out our old videos and then like and comment on those. There's tons of good guides out there. At this point, the channel is like 5 years old. I think it's our oldest upload. So tons of sweet old content on there. Totally worth watching. If you hit the live tab, we've got live streams that have been recorded from the past. Some of those are really good. The 6-speed transmission live stream, highly recommend checking that out. Tons of cool info on there on us building and learning how to build a 6-speed transmission that fits Festivas. Good streams about us doing the engine bay shave on JD Festiva V2. Some really good stuff. And then, like I said, there's somewhere to become a member button. If you press that button, it gives me like an extra $2 a month, and it gives you access to custom emojis. There's an emoji of Maverick in there. So you can post Maverick's face as emoji in the chat. And you can post my face with some silly glasses on. You can post a picture of my car as an emoji. It's great. So thank you all for your support. Hope to see you all next time. See ya.